as Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif has stated that Tehran sees any preconditions for its participation in the upcoming conference on Syria as unacceptable. For more on that story, we're joined by political commentator Mr. Dmitry Babich, who's with us from Moscow. Sir, welcome to the program. Please explain the highlights of this visit by Foreign Minister Javad Zarif and the views of the two sides on how the Syrian crisis should be solved as the Geneva II conference slowly is approaching.
Well, as a correspondent of the Radio Voice of Russia, I have been following that meeting very closely, and I can tell you that the positions of the two sides are actually unanimous on the Syrian conflict. The Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov said very clearly that he wants the circle of people participating in the Geneva II conference to be as wide as possible. This circle should certainly include Iran. Especially if Saudi Arabia participates, then certainly Iran should participate also. This is the Russian position. And certainly Russia welcomes the recent deal between Iran and the six-party group, on the Iranian nuclear issue. So in general, the meeting seems to be very friendly, and both sides say they have nothing to hide. Russia also will not accept any preconditions for Iran's participation in the talks, although Lavrov made it very clear that invitations are sent by the United Nations, by the UN General Secretary, so it's up to him to send invitations. But Russian position is very clear, and it's very close to the position of Iran.
And if you can also elaborate on the comments of Sergei Lavrov, where he said that it is inevitable that Iran will have a role in settling the crisis in Syria.
Yes, and there is nothing particularly new about this statement, because Russia from day one has been pursuing a political solution to the Syrian crisis. The position of Iran was the same, and Javad Zarif made it very clear today also that this was Iran's position from day one, that a political solution should be found. So Russia never viewed Iran as some kind of a pariah that should not be admitted to international talks. This was the American position. This was the position of Saudi Arabia. But certainly Russia has very different views on Iran.
Thank you very much. Political commentator Mr. Dmitry Babich joining us from the Russian capital, Moscow.